Yo, what up, Street Talks? Eric Kim. So, this episode brought to you by flowers. So beautiful. Alright, so care. So, care is interesting because in life, you're told what to care for and what not to care for. And I think it's really important that one should only, the word care and courage, kind of the same word. And so one should be permitted to pursue what one cares for and also to disregard what one doesn't care for. Now, I think this is very important because modern society tells us we shouldn't care too much. Right? So, if modern society teaches us that we shouldn't care too much, then what that means is our society, you know, what we create, what we consume, what we produce, what we make, whatever, no one really cares anymore. And so even for myself, I wonder a lot by like why I do certain things, like why do I do certain things X, Y, and Z? And it's actually legitimately because I care. I care for humanity, I care for people, I care for society. And you know, where did I learn to care? Combination of my mama, maybe religion, the society which I grew up. I'm not 100% sure, but there's no legitimate like less legitimate care or more legitimate care. Like for example, back in the day, people thought that Steve Jobs was insane for caring so much about design, and now it's become the ethos, right? You know, back in the day, like John Scully, ex-CEO of Pepsi, he only cared for profits, and he kind of ended up fucking up their company, right? And so yeah, we just need more robust ideals. We need to think about more about like honor, pride. You know, there used to be pride in craftsmanship, pride in the product. Even Steve Jobs, his father was a carpenter, and one of the thoughts was, you don't cut corners. Like the back of the cabinet should be as beautiful as the front, because there needs to be some sort of honesty and integrity to the artwork that we produce. And yeah, like you think about you're a coder, a programmer, a technician, an engineer, anybody. Whatever you create is artwork. It's your own artwork. Even I think in the early Apples, the computer circuits inside, where 99% people wouldn't see, were designed to be beautiful. And also, you know, I think like artists, they actually signed their work. They actually signed the interior of the initial cases, which is pretty cool. So my basic thought is, in modern society, you're almost not allowed to or permitted to care too much, because when you care too much about what the majority doesn't care for, then you're seen as weird, aberrant, a misfit, a radical, cannot be trusted, you know, not obedient, whatever. And I think that's what makes me so good, is that I've never been good at listening to others or taking orders or being a follower. And for me, it's out of my personal pride, it's out of it's just like my own personal integrity. And I'm also just like really fortunate that I had a mom who encouraged my aberrant behavior. And also simple things too, you know, growing up as a male and stuff like that, I'm like not told what to do, what not to do. So I attribute a lot of that, and also things I'm personally grateful for. Growing up in America, you know, people talk smack about America all the time, but you know, truth be told, for me, I think American culture is probably the least bad culture in the world, insofar much as, I mean, also, once again, it all comes down to what your values are. So I pride myself on individuality, aberrant thinking, kind of more like radicalism, I suppose, and America tolerates that much more than other places. And I think, yeah, individuality is a good thing. And even now, more and more so, I'm starting to see my like political ideology is starting to shift a little bit more towards kind of like what Nassim Taleb calls deontic libertarianism, deontic, D-O-N-T-I-C, which means like duties. So like a duties-based, robust, ethical system of living a life in terms of, you know, kind of like leave other people alone for maximum liberty and stuff like that. Yeah, so with your life, focus on what you really care for and disregard what you don't really care for. Very, very simple methodology to life.